This works. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Transition Tuesdays. For this Tuesday, January, let me just move this down a little bit. January 9th, 2024. I am your host, Russ Williams. I'm so glad you could be here today. Ladies and gentlemen, Transition Army, I know you could have been anywhere in this world today. But you decided to be here with me. And I appreciate that. And more importantly, I appreciate you. So welcome to Transition Tuesdays, my friends, on this year 2024. Man, we have a great show here lined up for you today, this evening, Transition Army. But before I start the show, I always like to state my intentions. My intention is to always give you the opportunity to laugh, smile, think, and engage in honest conversations about your life transitions. So that's what we do here on Transition Tuesdays. Hey, man, okay, we got my guy, the author, on the check-in. What's going on, man? Welcome to Transition Tuesdays, my friend. Welcome. Please, Mr. Author, please, man, state the name of the book that people can get your book as well. I know that book is selling off the charts, so let's put that in the comment bar so I can share that with the group there, all right? All righty. Man, hey, ladies and gentlemen, we made it. We made it to 2024, right? And I want to applaud you guys for doing it, for making it. We have made it. We are here. Come on, Selector. Let's go. Let me hear some music. There we go. All righty. We have made it. There we go. Man, I'm glad you guys can make it to the show too on 2024, man. Wow. All right. So my guy also says check out Quashon.com, Quashon.com. That's where you can get the book. Appreciate you, my man. Appreciate you. Man, hey, let's talk, guys. Let's talk, okay? Because new year, a lot of crazy stuff, a lot of stuff is going on, a lot of things we can transition into, for this year. Man, let's first start with that first story. I'm not sure if you guys saw this story, how this Nevada man attacked the judge. Man, have you guys seen this? This story is going viral. I don't know if you saw the viral video to this, but let me explain it to you. For some people who haven't seen the video, man, you had a gentleman named Mr. Redding. He is seen flying in the air over a bench with his arms and legs wide open. Man, like he's diving into a pool before landing on a Judge Hostas. In Nevada. Now, the judge's hair was grabbed by Redding. You can clearly see this in the video. And he had to be wrestled off by a clerk there. And what did the clerks do? They was just pounding on this guy, just pounding and beating him down. I don't know how the guy was able to launch himself, propel himself, get away from the desk that he was in front of, the table that he was in front of, then propel himself onto the judge. Now, what set Redding off was the judge was about to render a decision on Redding's punishment on a felony battery charge. Now, the judge said these magic words. Now, the judge, I don't know, this must have set this young man off. Because first he said this wanted to be on parole before all this, right? But what set him off, he says, the judge says, I think it's time he got a taste of something else. And then after he said that, it was on, ladies and gentlemen. It was on like popcorn. I tell you, man, this judge here, I mean, the guy just jumped and just propelled himself onto the judge and was just beating her down, just trying to beat her down. But the clerks intervened. Thank God the clerks were there to intervene. The clerks intervened. And then let me just get my brightness a little better, clearer here. There you go. Okay. The clerks intervened, and they were just pulverizing the guy, just beat him down. So I'm not sure if you guys saw that video, but then the next day, Redding was sentenced to 4 years in prison because of this stunt, and the stable was ready. This guy was dressed almost like a Hannibal Lecter mask. He had the gloves on. He had a man, all type of stuff on, and it was a whole bunch of security guards or policemen around him before they read the verdict back to the guy, and he was shackled as well. So that wasn't happening again. But the crazy thing that was going on, and I see who else is checking in on the check-in, get some people getting they're going there. But the crazy thing about it was people, Judge Judy, John did. Now, Judge Judy's one of the best judges to ever do it. So, that couldn't happen to a Judge Judy. But Judge Judy had a comment. She had a response on it. And she says, it was, ridiculous, it's crazy. It happened so fast. And she believes, this guy should have been shot. And I agree there. I mean, this guy's very lucky, man. If they would have had a good target, a good, like a good aim, or had a good, okay to shoot, I think they would have did it. But they didn't have a clear shot. It looked like. But Judge Judy says, yeah, this guy should have been shot. That was egregious. That was nuts. That was really crazy to see that, But it talks about. I don't know. This guy was like 30 years old, I think it was. Man, the way he propelled like that, this guy looked like a great athlete. Man, did this guy have some football eligibility, man? Because, Jesus, man, this guy could make a great tackle, a great corner. I don't know, man. This guy just sprung into action. And it was really crazy watching it. It was really crazy watching it. The author says, first of all, we got in the building. We got the guy who is the voice of the men's and women's basketball team. I mean, Hank Collins. We got Uncle Smoothie is in the building. What's going on, Smoothie? Welcome to Transition Tuesdays, my friend. Thank you so much. Thank you for your loving the set. Oh, man, I appreciate it, man. We're doing different things in 2004. Thank you so much, Smoothie. And author says, my mom's a judge. That court officer should be fired. You should never be able to get close to a judge. Absolutely. I agree with you, man. And how was he able to do this so quickly and propel himself? I don't know. They just show you the different angle, it's coming at the judge. But, how did he propel himself and launch like that? Man, was this guy a football player? Well, he needs to have some eligibility. Well, he had to play 4 years later because he's in jail. But, man, I'm telling you, it is crazy. And Smooth says, our girl Judge Judy. Yes. We got to love Judge Judy. Yep. And we also love Arthur Crescent Davis's mom, too, who's a judge. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we can't have that going about again. And they made sure of that because what happened? Man, afterwards, I'm telling you, man, they just pulverized this guy. And this guy's very lucky he wasn't shot. He's very lucky he wasn't shot, man. And this guy had the nerve to ask for probation. He was asking for probation before that outburst happened. But just something snapped on him. And maybe the magic words was, I think it's time he got a taste of something else. Man, I guess he was like, man, that's something else. Ain't something I ain't with. So I got to try to stop this. Like you thought you were going to get away with that. That's what gets me about these things. These people think they're going to get away with this. You don't get away with these things. What are you doing? Doesn't happen. Even in the movies, doesn't happen. And I'm sure this footage is going to be on court, what do they call that? I think it's Court TV, I think it is. Man, you got to see that on A&E. They got all types of stuff. This is right line in that. And that we're going to be seeing that coming up probably in a future episode, I would imagine. Definitely on that. Man, so just crazy, man. So the guy got arrested now he has to do 4 years. He's going from probation to now 4 years for this heinous act, which is crazy. Thank God the judge wasn't hurt. She was back at work the next day as well to render the decision. But when she did that, armed guards around, this guy looked like Hannibal Lecter, the whole nine. So, hey, man, you deserve to get that. But just the athleticism of this guy. Jeez, this guy should have played in the national championship, man. University of Washington probably needed him against Michigan, and Michigan won that game as well. So, man, I mean, I don't know, man. People should know your calling, And, man, that guy missed out on his calling. Jesus Christ with the dive, I'm telling you. Absolutely crazy. Man, oh man. Let's see who else checking it. Anybody else checking it? No. Okay, cool. So let's transition to another story too. Tiger Woods ends his partnership with Nike. The great Tiger Woods. A 20-year partnership with Nike. Man, amazing, man. When you think of Nike, you think of Tiger Woods and vice versa. You think of that red shirt on that Saturday, the final day of usually of the tournaments that he's playing in. The black trousers, the red Nike shirt, the TW hat. Man, these are signatures from Tiger Woods, and now he's ending his 27-year partnership. So Tiger Woods and Nike had parted company, ending a relationship again when he was 20 years old, a rising star in 1996, and grew into one of the longest lasting, and most lucrative in sports history. But his contract, his partnership with Nike. And again, this was a partnership. This wasn't an endorsement deal. This is a partnership he had with Nike. Over 27 years, this is Tiger Woods' quote said, over 27 years, I was fortunate to start a partnership with one of the most iconic brands in the world. The days since has been filled with so many amazing memories and moments. If I started naming them, I could go on forever. Phil Knight, who was the founder of Nike, who was seen in that movie Air. Man, it was a great movie. Well, Phil Knight's passion and vision brought this Nike and Nike Golf partnership. See, the key word is partnership, not endorsement. Partnership together. And I want to personally thank him, along with the Nike employees and incredible athletes I had the pleasure of working with along the way. So, man, as for Tiger Woods' future, he's quoted saying, people ask if there is another chapter. Tiger Woods says, yes, there will certainly be another chapter. See you in LA. So I know it's supposed to be another. So Woods is referring to the Genesis Invitational Tournament at the Riviera Country Club in Los Angeles in mid-February. He hosts the tournament, which benefits his foundation annually. So this isn't the end of Tiger Woods, thank God. I'm sure, Tiger Woods, because he played with, he had the irons of Nike, had the balls with Nike too, golf balls, the apparel as well. So, again, I know he's going to have to switch up all that. I think he's going to Brickstone with the golf ball, so we'll see how that goes. But again, I guess Tiger Woods is on the market, a free agent. I think he could come out with his own brand, the TW brand. I think he should do that if I'm Tiger Woods, because this is Tiger Woods. Or Tiger Apparel, I don't know, something. He could definitely come up with something because, man, this is Tiger Woods, an icon, and it's good to hear that he's going to be playing again. That is so good to hear that he's going to be playing once again. So that's a great thing to hear. Man, yeah. So we'll see, man. But again, legendary. And again, the key word is partnership. Just like Shaq, I heard Shaq say, hey, I'm not an endorser. I partner with these companies, or I own these companies. Same thing with Tiger Woods. I know he re-upped and signed with a lucrative deal like over $200 million, I think 5 years ago. But again, these are partnerships that Tiger Woods had. He's synonymous with Nike and the Nike brand. So I guess he's going to start his own thing and do that. And, he's amassed a fortune just with Nike alone and his play to boot. So, I'm looking forward to see what's next, so I can get my Tiger Woods apparel. Because I need some golf shoes, man. I definitely need some golf shoes. I need that, man. I need that. Anybody out there want to donate some golf shoes, size 13s to me? Man, I will. And I'll take y'all for a round of golf. Whoever wants to donate some shoes to me, man. I would appreciate that. So, yeah, man, Tiger Woods ends the relationship, 27-year partnership with Nike, and we wish him well. We're going to be seeing Mr. Tiger Woods again on a golf course near you, hopefully in February. Man. So, let's transition to the last story that I have. I want to get you guys out there, and I appreciate you guys for watching and rocking with me. This is year 6 of Transition Tuesdays. Year 6, my good friends, in 2024. Man, this last story, I tell you, if you were living under a rock, you would know Cat Williams, maybe some kinfolk to me, same last name, could be my cousin, I don't know. But Mr. Cat Williams is on fire. He went on Club Shannon Sharp show. Shout out to Shannon Sharp, man. That guy's doing an incredible job, what he's doing there, man. And that show, I believe over 30 million people have viewed this video It's like 2 hours and 30 minutes. If you guys haven't seen it, I recommend you see it in its entirety instead of getting like the breakdown footage like they do on Instagram. I recommend you go and check it out because, man, it is so good. Matter of fact, I saw it twice already in its entirety, both times. So I recommend you all do that to really get the essence of what Cat Williams was talking about. Because I believe 2024, not only is this an election year, but this is going to be the year for truth. Cat Williams got on there and told his truth. You know, he went on to talk about, you know, people who was on Club Shay Shay before Cat Williams came on. So he came on to really address and really dispel all the falsehoods by coming on. He went on to talk about Steve Harvey, Ricky Smiley, Faison Love, Cedric the Entertainer, Kevin Hart, which I love those two guys, all three guys immensely. I love all these comedians. Man, he was talking about the Illuminati. Oh my God, that's, you know, that thing, I don't know if you believe it or not. I don't know, man. It's so hard to really, I don't know about it. But he went on to say, you know, he had a meeting with the people of Illuminati, and it was between him and Ludacris, and they had to do stuff, and Ludacris decided to take it, and he didn't, and, you know, some crazy stuff going on. But again, he just was, I don't think he was exposing anything. I think he just was telling his truth, you know, because he gave Shannon Sharpe an opportunity to interview these people, so he just wanted to come in and dispose these non-truths and state his truth. Can't fault that. Can't fault that. And he was on there, you know, he wasn't, I personally believe him. I personally believe him. You know, I personally believe him, man. So we'll see what goes on. But man, I'm telling you, it was, the interview was fire. Was fire. Cat Williams is a funny dude, man. And speaking of Kevin Hart, you know, Cat Williams, I don't know if it's petty or whatever, but I see Cat Williams now has Kevin Hart's ex-wife, who's a comedian. She's a writer too. She's going to be on the bill for Cat Williams. You know, he has that tour going on, so she's going to be on the bill. Now, is that catty? I don't know. You know, Cat Williams was even saying, like, him and Kevin Hart haven't been in the same room in 20-something years. He says when he comes in the room, Kevin Hart leaves. You know what I mean? Who knows? Who knows what's going on with that? But, you know, but, hey, I can't fault no Cat Williams, man, because Cat Williams, you know, and he gave really props to Bernie Mac. You know, he was talking about how they approached him. They wanted him to be the fourth king of the comedy, you know? But he just was saying, nah, man, nah, you're dumped on Bernie Mac. I can't do that. How you gonna dump on him and then you're gonna have me coming in? Now I rocked with Bernie Mac, that's what you said. You know, and he gave large props to D.L. Hughley too. No slander on Bernie, on D.L. Hughley's name. He always mentioned that all the time. Yep, I'm a huge fan of Bernie Mac. I'm a huge fan of comedy. D.L. Hughley, all the greats, you know. But hey, you know, and also Cat Williams also talked about stealing jokes, which had happened so many times. I mean, comedians do this all the time. But the thing I really took from the Cat Williams deal, and my man Arthur was saying, the fact that all of them jokes are mad, all those jokers are mad, tells me he was telling the truth. Absolutely, yeah. I agree with you, man, because again, if you weren't offended, you know, you should be good. But if you're offended, that means, you know, hey, you was probably doing what he was stating, you know? So, but getting back to the stealing jokes, it happens all the time with these comedians. Happens all the time. That's why you got to get original and fresh with it. But again, these guys steal, you know, they borrow, they steal, you know, the whole nine, you know, but Cat Williams just was exposing. He's just saying, like, Cedric the Entertainer doesn't write his jokes, you know, stuff like that, you know. Gave props to, what's my man hanging, Mr. Cooper? Mark Curry. Gave props to him, saying that Steve Harvey basically stole his whole stand-up, and he stole the idea with the show he had, the Steve Harvey show, until which he was the principal. It looks like, you know, Mark Curry was the principal as well. So again, just stealing styles and stuff like that. So, man, I was rocking with Cat. Again, if you haven't seen this in its entirety, check that out because it is really good. The video, I mean, the man, I'll tell you, the video on Club Shay Shay, Shannon Sharpe, incredible job with the interviewing process. You know, it looked like he just let him rock. He just let him roll with it. You know, he had questions, but again, he was just doing some stuff, man. You know, man, he was really doing something. My man Uncle Smoothie says, Russ, don't you have some history in the comedy industry? Well, I do, Smooth. It's funny you say that. Yes, because I was gonna open up a comedy club when I lived in New Orleans. I was thinking about doing that. Things fell through with that, but again, it can still be on the table. It can still be on the table. So I do have some history with the comedy industry. You know, I'm a fan of comedy. Again, I'm not a stand-up comedy. I'm a stand-up comic. No, I would never say that. You know what I mean? But I'm a fan of the business of comedy. I really am. And you know, anytime you can laugh, you go to a comedy store, go to a comedy shop. You know, anytime you can laugh, do that. But no, thank you, Smooth. Though I do have some history of that, and you just never know. It could happen again. We could do it. We could possibly do it again. You know, that's the great thing about 2024. You don't know what's in store in 2024. You don't know what's in store. But, you know, man, yep, Cat Williams is on fire. Again, at the time, I think it was 30 million people. It's probably growing as we speak. Again, he's on tour. You know, I see a guy like Mike Epps, who I'm not a huge, big fan of Mike Epps' comedy. I like him more in acting, personally, than comedy. That's just my point of view. That's my personal take on it. But he said to the funny, he was like, man, Cat, yo, you mentioned anybody? You didn't even mention me, man. I'm going on tour. You don't want the publicity? Man, you should have shouted me out. You should have talked about me. So that was funny. You know, these comedy, the one thing I learned about this interview is very similar to sports. Comedy is a sport as well. Very competitive sport. This guy, Cat Williams, seemed very competitive. You know, I've seen him, you know, he talked about he running a 4.74, like a 4.40, 4.740 or something like that. Then I saw videos, like the next day he ran that. And he actually ran that. So he was, you know, he was talking about his truth. He was saying how competitive the sport of comedy is. He was asking Shannon Sharpe, you know, will you buddy with your opponent that you played against? And Shannon Sharpe said, no way. He said, hey, it's just like that in comedy. You know, it's just like that in comedy. It looks like you have your cliques, and he's just trying to remove himself from clips. As he says, the gatekeeper. You know, the gatekeepers. So, you know, shout out to Cat Williams, man. The guy who was really standing on his truth, you know what I mean? And like my man the author said, hey, if you're not offended, you know, it's all good. But if you was offended, he's probably doing it. So that's how that go. But shout out to Cat Williams. Could be some kinfolk to me. You too, Smooth, with the same last name. You just never know, guys. You just never know. Uncle Smooth says, I believe Cat did embellish some of the stories. I don't think so, Smooth. I think he was on point, man. Because, again, like he said, if you guys watch his entirety, he was like, yo, listen, what I'm saying is I'm not trying to make myself look better than or what have you. I'm just exposing the truth. I'm just telling you what it is. And, again, you know, and I think that's why people rock with Cat Williams, and I've heard Dave Chappelle said the reason why y'all like me is because I tell the truth. You know you're gonna get the truth from me. So I don't think any of the stories were embellished. I think he was on point, and those who were offended was probably doing what he said. You know what I mean? Nah. But again, comedians are great storytellers. You know, some of them embellish the truth, but I think Cat Williams, and it looked like he studied everybody who Shannon Sharpe had on Club Shay Shay, who he had on there. He studied what they said, and then he came on there to tell his truth about the situation. And again, it wasn't trying to be a braggadocious or anything like that. I think he just was up there stating facts. And speaking of facts, and speaking of somebody who is sweet, we call her Miss Sweetness, we got Felicia in the building checking in from The Rock. What's going on, Felicia? Welcome to Transition Tuesdays. Better late than never. I'm glad you made it. I'm glad you made it. Man. So, ladies and gentlemen, Transition Army, if we were able to make you laugh, smile, and think during this broadcast, my good friends, you have accomplished something major today. So celebrate your victory. Celebrate your victory, okay? Celebrate your victory. You got plenty of them. Celebrate them, okay? Let me get my new theme music going on. Boom. But we're going to make it happen. There we go. Hold on 1 second. So celebrate the victory. I'm celebrating the victory, me coming on for the first time in 2024. I'm doing that. That's what I'm doing. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, that's what we doing here. So, ladies and gentlemen, Transition Army. Why are we not playing? Are we playing over here? I guess we're not playing. That's okay. But, and this is live show, ladies and gentlemen. But guys, listen, check it out. Now I'm so glad you guys are here, man. From the bottom of my heart, I want to thank you for watching Transition Tuesdays each and every Tuesday. Appreciate you guys. Year 6 in the mix. All right? Man, I thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. You guys can always follow me on Instagram at Russ Will Transitions. That's Russ Will Transitions with an S. Okay, you follow me, I'll follow you back. Okay, you can also see this show and our past show on our YouTube channel, Transition Tuesdays. Okay, check that out. Make sure you like and subscribe. Okay, make sure you do that. Okay, please do. Please make sure you do that. Okay. Oh, okay. We're gonna get to the other in 1 second. Okay. Well, let's get to it now. So my man Arthur says, Russ, don't try not to get playoff predictions. All right. So before we sign on, playoff predictions. Okay. I like the let me see, who do I like, man? Because again, I'm not the biggest football connoisseur, but I can give you some predictions. I like this this game here. I really like between the Lions, right? The Lions and the Rams. Okay, you got Stafford gonna play against his old team. Man, you got the other quarterback. He's gonna be playing against his old team. Man, yo, I think not the Rams. I think the Lions are gonna win that one. The Lions had a really good year. I think they're gonna win that one there. Man, I tell you, man, the Chiefs are struggling a little bit. I think they might lose. Man, I'm gonna give you a Super Bowl champion. I'll give you. How about I go on a limb? And again, you guys can write this up, book it. All right, Super Bowl champion this year. Not gonna be the Eagles. Sorry, Smooth. Not gonna be the Eagles. Should be the 49ers, San Francisco 49ers, man. They're the best team on paper. Without everybody's healthy, it seems like now. They got a bye. They're gonna be ready to rock. San Francisco 49ers win it. They will win it. They will be celebrating while we watch the halftime of Usher during this year's Super Bowl. But the 49ers should win it. My guy Uncle Smoothie says, my Eagles are struggling. Still Bird gang all day. I know you and author Krishan Davis, you guys are Eagles fans. I know that. But, guys, they are stalling. They are struggling, guys. Not this year. That window of opportunity was last year. They should have came out the dreams and nightmares. See, that was the problem. Like they did in that first title. They came out to some nonsense. I just want to rock, I think it was. Yeah, and they got rocked. See? Stick to what got you there. Smoothie says, how about the Ravens? Oh, yes. Yeah, I think the Ravens are good though, Smooth, but I think those are the 49ers. That's what it is. I think that could be, I think that could be the championship. Ravens, 49ers. 49ers win that one. 49ers win that one. So those are my predictions. Write it down, book it. Take it to your local DraftKings or whatever you go at, FanDuel, and rock out with that. Never said I never gave you anything. All right? So, ladies and gentlemen, Transition Army, as we say in parting, happy transitioning, and we'll speak to you soon. Take care, everybody. God bless.